And they're off.
Love Twitch ads when I'm trying to load a page. Alright, here we have Just Incredible versus mDoys. How is that actually pronounced? mDoys? mDoys?
I am the wrong person to ask. Good thing that we have this long cutscene where we have nothing more important to do than figure out how to pronounce stuff.
Dude, can you believe they have exactly the same mashing speed? Look at that.
Wow,
They both killed the bee at the same time.
Dude, they're both tasks. These are both going to be 38 SDA runs.
Still neck and neck up until the second long cutscene.
Yeah, you find out that one of your friends isn't your friend anymore, so he grabs you with this magnet thing. And it was all a plan to make you do the first gap jump of the game with a character with a bigger hitbox.
I think he has the same size hitbox, it's just he's taller.
Okay.
So it does make it a little weirder.
You have to like approach it from lower on the wall to get through the gap.
His sprite is also enormous, so it can be difficult to know where your hitbox even is, since you don't play as Zero very much.
Yeah.
And here you beat up that same guy. He just dies in one buster shot and a saber.
Yeah, you want to come in with, like, if you charge up to green, you want to dump the first charge shot and then come in with the second charge shot in the saber. So you can hit him as soon as you get in, and then you just get up in his face and smack him with the saber.
Oh, nice. mDoys climbing the left. Should follow this dude just for doing that.
Yes, I should as well. I don't even do left wall strat. I used to do it, but then I reset on it too much, and I was like, you know, I don't think this is worth it.
And now you reset on trying to time your start button press at the start of the game. Good job.
Yeah. I have to optimize, like, the first second of the run, but after that, nothing. Also, this boss that both of them just defeated is not hard, but if you get bad luck, he'll just swing his fists around and smack you in the face. And if he hits you right before you release a shot, you actually just lose the shot completely, because that's what happens if you release a charge while in the damage animation.
Yeah, you can usually gauge how the fight went at the end by how many holes there are in the ground. Yeah. So like mDoys had a ton of holes all around, so it's pretty not ideal.
Yeah. Oh man, did Justin get the gap and then grab the ladder?
Yeah, optimizing his ladder climbs. Climbing as little as possible.
Buffalo stage is really dumb.
The ice physics make this stage pretty unique and wacky.
You can do the weird... It's not really like slope jumps in this game, but if you're facing, left on ice, and you walk and do a regular jump.
Yeah, if you walk left on ice. I just call them ice jumps, to be unambiguous about it. But it's equivalent to a slope jump from X1 or 2 or 3. I think it's still a thing.
Oh, I think mDoys just went for one but didn't quite get it. There's one particular ledge you can do an ice jump on to skip wall kicking and save a bit of time.
And Boots upgrade lets you air dash. It's not strictly required to do most things in the game, but it helps a lot on the elevator skip.
Yeah.
Which saves a huge amount of time, so for RTA it's pretty convenient.
Also, it lets you dash both horizontally and vertically in X3, and the up dash is probably the dumbest thing they put in this game.
Yeah. The best is the accidental double tap up air dash.
Oh yeah.
And then you accidentally cut it off immediately, so you just fall, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, you try to turn around, but you like accidentally tap up twice because your thumb is too big, and you just do this tiny little up dash, and then you just start falling down the elevator, run into the spikes immediately. And on
Buffalo is
Buffalo,
very well programmed. If you are jumping and he turns around, he'll just ram the opposite wall again. So you can keep him. It's not exactly like stun locked, but you can just keep him in that loop the whole fight.
I think, according to his AI, he actually has to be specifically against the wall to do that. You can get this weird pattern if you mess up the fight where he stops before the other wall.
Oh, yeah.
And if
it gets really weird.
Yeah, if you do that and he doesn't go all the way to the wall, you're just praying to not get his invincibility attack that lasts for, I don't know, like 8 seconds or something. Maybe a bit
Yeah,
less.
a lot of bosses in this game have attacks like that. His is a big ice beam that doesn't actually do any damage, it just freezes you.
Well,
So
it does
it's even
damage
more
if you're-
obnoxious.
If you're in the exact wrong spot, it will just instant kill you.
Oh yeah, you
Let's
get
not
the
talk
new
about that. Yeah.
new infinite combo.
Yeah. Apparently, Laseki was telling me that Vile's arm will do that on the PlayStation version. If you if you kill him while his arm is out punching the wall, you just fall on it and just get the new special.
Nice. I think that one's more like the Laseki special.
I guess.
PlayStation version is interesting, with bosses that can just leave the arena and never come back.
Rhino just dashes through the wall and you're stuck forever.
Hornet just flies out. But yeah, this mid-boss has the same weakness as Seahorse himself.
You definitely want to be careful with your ammo, because if you just like mash willy-nilly, you can run out. Although in any percent, you have to mess up pretty good. In Hundo, though, you have to be a bit more careful, because you actually need, well, the safe strat is to use charged ice at one point. You can just double neon if you're a real man, but please.
And you also run the risk of getting bit and Seahorse in 100%.
Or if you do Tiger Second, which thankfully neither of these guys are doing, because there's no point in a marathon race. Or, not a marathon, a tourney race.
Yeah.
There's no
Pretty
point in a
much the
marathon race either, but...
Yeah.
And Seahorse's iframes are not very well programmed, so if you hit him at certain times, you can just, like, get him to have this giant gaping window of time where he has no iframes and you can just mash his HP down.
Yeah, he has like a pretty normal amount of iframes, but his recoil like starts counting down after he's on the ground, I think.
Yeah.
So there's like this window of time where he's still recoiling, but he has no more iframes, and he doesn't gain additional iframes from getting hit in that time.
Yeah, and what that means is that the higher up you hit him, like for the first hit, the longer you have to mash through his HP. So like if you hit him really low by accident on the wrong cycle, you might only be able to mash like 1 or 2 hits in. But if you hit him at the ceiling, you can do like 5.
Good old cutscene where we get introduced to a lot of the villains. But it's all in Japanese, so I don't know what any of it says. And the English version of this game is like $300, so...
English of this game is $300 and slower.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that green guy.
Yeah, if you don't smoothly kill those guys, it's really annoying, because their hitbox moves around.
Rhino's stage in general is just a gigantic mess, and like probably one of the hardest things in the game, particularly for new players, because there are some rock enemies, like these spherical rock dudes, who just drop from the ceiling and bounce around, and if you touch one of them, it does 6 damage on contact.
Yeah, this whole stage was just a bad prank by the developers.
Yeah. And oh, both of them are getting bit. This is convenient.
Yeah. Bit can randomly appear in any of the 3rd, 4th, or 5th Maverick that you fight.
But he'll only appear once. You can't get, like, RNG'd out of a good speedrun. Well, you can, but not by these guys.
Yeah. His ball attack does 4 damage.
But just touching him only does 1. So the strat that you want to do ideally is when you know that he's going to do the ball attack, just dash into his face right before it comes out.
And these tank enemies, their attack is random. They can throw an arcing ball upward, or they can shoot the drill forward, and there's no like one-size-fits-all jump that you can do over them that dodges both attacks. So you either have to have a really nice reaction time, or just guess that they'll throw the ball and then take that hit because it does less damage.
Insider tip, manipulate your movement so that you do 1 dash right before jumping, so you have a handful of extra frames to react to what they're doing. It's probably suboptimal, but if it means not getting hit more consistently, it's probably a good thing. Also, the one guy, the tank with the low ceiling above him that Justin just passed a little bit ago, and mDoys will be too shortly, if you try to dash jump over him instead of just air dash, and he does the drill attack, the window for getting past him is extremely precise.
Ooh, mDoys almost got hit on that last rock guy, but he did the preemptive ice that it just fell onto.
Yeah.
Rhino has an invincibility attack, like a lot of the other bosses in this game. It's kind of like the least bad of all of them, though. He just charges into the wall and then stops glowing, and then it's over. And you can also bait him into doing it against the wall that he's already up against, which saves a bit of time.
Yeah. It's also a pretty reliable move. So, like, you're not really losing time from getting it more times unless you mess up the fight.
Yeah. Like, he'll always do that move immediately after charging against a wall if he's below half health.
I think a few of the invincibility attacks in this game are at like 1/3 HP or less, because I don't think Rhino and Tiger will do their invincibility attacks at exactly like 15 HP. Maybe I just got
I'm not sure.
I know Catfish you have to watch for exactly half HP. Other bosses I'm not quite sure.
Rhino you generally wouldn't get it like immediately at 15. I think just because if he has to do it after another attack, you'll at least hit him one more time in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice quick kill on the Tiger mini-boss. For whatever reason, they gave this guy 64 health and made Ice do 15 damage to it. Everything else in the game will do like a more normal amount of damage, so they'll take a lot of shots, but Ice destroys it.
Depending on who you ask, that mini-boss is either completely impossible to quick kill or easy every time. Doesn't seem like there's much of an in-between.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I think this is, well, it has to be, because they just got the drill. This is the first stage where you might see some of them using the drill to clip through hitboxes of enemies, like mDoys just did there. Because when you hit an enemy that can take damage from the drill, with the drill, I think it deactivates their hitbox for like 15 frames or something. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, it's something like that. Sometimes it can be like a little disappointing if you try to drill through an enemy and then you just like bonk the right side of it.
The big red chicken dudes, if you hit them with a drill, it's actually fairly precise to just dash all the way through them. Like if you dash jump, it's really easy to not get hit. But if you try to just dash straight through them, you have to hit them with the drill pretty late, or else they'll catch you on the backside. Our boy Justin getting some good RNG.
Oh yeah, that was actually a really nice fight.
Yeah.
Before Tiger starts his next attack, he gets an invincibility frame reset, so you can get like nice double hits in. That's one of the reasons to spam lemons, and then they do like a charge shot while the ray splasher's happening. And mDoys is getting a really unfortunate fight. That positioning is just like impossible to deal with. It's so hard to dodge and get damage in.
Did we just have a tourney race where neither of them got one Tiger Charge?
Yeah, that happened.
So we could have been talking about how Tiger is the dumbest boss in the 9 Mavs, at least, if not the game. But both of them just got no invincibility attacks instead, so...
Yeah. It's a good thing we didn't mention that, otherwise we would look kind of stupid.
Yeah. Catfish stage can be pretty rough when you're getting used to it. There are a whole bunch of enemies in stupid places, particularly in the second half of the stage.
Yeah, a lot of really narrow areas with enemies in them.
See, Catfish is like 1 or 2 poor damage balancing choices by the developers away from being another Rhino stage. But
yeah, if the enemies that are along the like floor and ceiling, if they did more damage, this stage would be horrible.
Yeah.
Justin making quick work of it though.
Yeah, Justin's going pretty fast through this. No damage stage, let's go. Catfish is another RNG boss, but not as bad as Tiger, although I don't know if we can say that in this particular race. But
yeah.
when he gets below half HP, so 15 or more, or 15 or less rather, he will always jump to the middle like he just did there and summon this blue spark to his body. And at that point, you just want to use drills. But before that, you want to use Buster because he has longer iframes if you hit him with drill.
Yeah, like a lot of the Mavericks special attacks are more like a desperation attack that they just throw in once in a while, among other things. Catfish is more like actually like a phase 2 of the fight.
Yeah.
So you just kind of want to delay this phase 2 as much as possible, because he always does this after Triad Thunder.
An ideal fight will get as few drills as possible. Or actually, I think ideal fight would do 1 drill. Isn't that what the task does?
1 drill would be perfect, because
he
gets an iframe reset when he gets to the middle.
Yeah, and so you hit him with a charge shot, like barely before the blue spark touches his body, instantly swap to drill, and you basically get 2 hits for the price of 1. And Justin's getting Bite. Bite is similar to Bit in that he randomly appears in exactly one of 3 stages, so the 6th, 7th, or 8th Maverick that you play. And his pattern is pretty simple.
Yeah, his pattern's pretty simple, but fighting him isn't quite so simple, because you have to fight him with drill, which is a little awkward to use.
If you place it too early, it just takes off in front of him, and then you cry.
Yeah. Like, the drill's kind of like the wheel in X2. Like, it'll hit at fixed intervals of time, and what that means is that you can actually hit Bite like 4 times with 1 drill. So if your like rhythm is a bit off, or like however many hits he gets per drill is weird, you might end up having to like pause and unpause to swap off drill.
Yeah. There's a no pause strat if you put down the drills in a certain pattern. It's not too difficult, but it's really unwieldy at first when you're trying to figure out how it works. Also, because of the Bite fight that Justin had, but mDoys didn't, it might look like mDoys suddenly made up a lot of time on Justin, but he didn't. He'll lose it back later. And
yeah, that can be a little scary if you're like doing a race with somebody, and you suddenly look really close. You're like, oh man, but you had bite and they didn't.
Yeah. Also, this fight is really scary in a race setting because you want to use all of the race splashers that you have and kill him with the last hit, because hitting him with race splasher is faster than just using charge buster shots. But if you run out of race splasher before killing him because you get hit out of an attack or you miscount and you run out of it, you can't kill Vile. You just like make him run away on the last hit, and then you can't get the saber, which is kind of a problem.
Both of them actually had pretty scary vials at the end. Like, they both fired a little early, so the first couple shots from Ray Splasher didn't hit, and then one of the later ones actually did.
Oh wow. At least it's not the CFO Vial in 100%.
Oh yeah, that's a real strat.
That strat is bonkers, but it looks so sick when you do it right. You kill him with a charged Ray Splasher, charged up after your last ammo bar. So you have no ammo when you release the shot, but because you charged it up when you did have ammo, you kill him with it anyway.
Oh, well, it's more to do with like the charged version doesn't take an integer amount of ammo, so it displays 0, but you actually have half an ammo, which means you can still use it.
Dude, half an ammo?
Yeah, half an ammo, and it costs like 2.5 or something.
Not bad.
Forget how much it is.
Well, I did not know that. So I guess you learn something new every day.
Yeah, a handful of weapons are like that in this series. Like charged shotgun ice and X1 costs 1.5, I think. Sea Sting in the first one, of course. And I think most of the weapons after you get the whole armor in X2.
Okay. Is that the one that like halves ammo cost or something? I don't remember. I actually don't know
Something
what
like
the
that.
body upgrades do in these games. Also, mDoys didn't have a very fun time with I was gonna say engine room, but also crawfish.
Yeah, this crawfish is a little...
Oh, and he doesn't... I hope he can do the good strat next time, because he's pretty low on Triad Thunder.
Yeah, he's got 3 shots. 4? No, that's more than that.
Well, it looks like 6.
Yeah. I just guessed in between.
Yeah. The absolute, like, minimum you would want to have is probably 3, unless you're a good enough masher that you can just kill him in 2 cycles easy every time.
Looks like he's having, like, pretty much no trouble on the second attempt, though.
Yeah, he got backdashed. That attack does, I think, 10 damage if he backdashes you, because he hits you for a ton of damage. Then you take damage when you hit the wall.
Justin making his way through Crawfish's stage? Or, yeah, Crawfish.
I think this is...
No, Beetle. Why?
We
I don't
just
know
did
why I just
Crawfish.
completely mixed those two up. Just like, wait, no. mDoys is the one that was on Crawfish. Yeah, they're on Beetle now.
We just did the Scissors Shrimper. Now we gotta do Gravity Beat Boot.
Yeah, just trying to think of the English version of the names. That's what's really messing with me.
Oh, and mDoys is apparently gonna get Bite in Hornet stage. Unless he dies, I guess, but I think the checkpoint... Is the checkpoint there, or after the elevator?
The checkpoint is at the start of this section that he's at now, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why they put the checkpoint at like the 1/4 mark through the stage.
They do it in Seahorse too. And Rhino. Rhino is the worst one because people actually die there. And then you have... Like, if you die after the mini-boss, oh good, you have to do it again.
And the mini-boss involves getting hit. It's even worse.
Like, if you really want to do the mini-boss of Rhino stage without taking damage, you're just gonna go really slow.
Meanwhile, we haven't actually said anything about Beetle stage. It's fairly straightforward. Like, the middle section can be a little difficult because there's a large number of enemies in the way, and you have to climb and stuff. But everything else is pretty simple. Ooh, Justin getting a nice elevator skip.
Also, Beetle fight itself is, as you can probably tell, not very hard. Beetle is not smart, and when you hit him with his weakness, he'll just do this tiny little jump at you, and if you want to swag on him a bit, you just dash under him and hit him from behind.
I'm also a fan of timing your jump to go along with him.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Justin just fought the reason that this game has the CX4 chip. Forever ruining emulator versus console.
Forever ruining the SD to SNES experience, all gone because the devs wanted to put a wireframe wheel as a mini-boss in the game. mDoys really wants the slow percent climb, but
it's so cool to get.
Yeah,
he got half of it.
That's true. He like nailed the first half, then the second half wasn't very nice. So after the elevator, the rest of Hornet stage is pretty uneventful. You just have this big outside section where you want to lag reduce by doing as few buster shots as possible, and then the end is just, it's kind of annoying design, but it's not really that hard to deal with. And you want to fight a Hornet with Crawfish's weapon, which is the spinning blade, instead of his weakness, which is Beetle's weapon, what, Gravity Well, I think it's called?
Yeah, or B-hole in the Japanese version.
The bug hole.
Yeah.
And the reason you fight him with Spinning Blade is because if you use Gravity Well, it has kind of an extra long animation and deals out the damage a lot more slowly than just hitting him with anything else.
It ticks for 1 damage like 5 times over a really long period of time.
Yeah,
and the Spinning Blade just does 2 damage.
2 damage every second, yeah. And the Gravity Well ticks 5 times, but it only does 4 damage.
Yeah.
Kind of insult to injury. I don't know what that strat was that mDoys just did, but he didn't have to pause, so I guess that's good. Yeah. Oh man, did Justin get the acid gap shot?
Oh yeah.
And then he dashed off the ledge. The beginning of Doppler 1 is really scary, because if you mess up your movement even a little bit, you can risk just tapping your head on the spikes that come down from the ceiling.
Yeah, and if you mess up the next climb, you can just get crushed by the walls.
Yeah.
So if you get one of those amazing double tap up air dashes and immediately fall, then you're just gonna die.
To be fair, I don't really know how you would get a double tap up dash if you're just holding right, but yeah. I guess it's possible.
If you're trying to do something fancy, like go to the other wall because it's closing in, so it might be a little closer.
Oh, are you talking about the crushing walls part?
Yeah.
I was talking about the spike part. I was like, yeah. How are you gonna double tap up dash there?
Specify the next climb.
Okay.
But yeah, that whole part of the stage can be a little wacky to learn.
Swag dash over the het chicken. I got infinite by a chicken, dude. So the main reason you want to avoid killing Bit and Byte with their weakness, like we did Vile, is because first off, killing them gives you this 10 or 11-second explosion, which wastes time. But more importantly, if you kill both of them, instead of fighting this crazy glue contraption, you have to fight a boss called Press Disposer, and you're not going to have fun if you have to fight Press Disposer.
Press Disposer's pretty dude nice as a boss.
I remember fighting him. The very first time I went to fight him, I had golden armor, and I still game overed trying to kill him. It's just like, what are you supposed to do on this boss?
I think I've heard that fighting Press Disposer is actually still faster than Godcar Machine. Because Godcar Machine has the text box intro, and that's it. But the explosions from Bit and Byte still don't make up for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if it saved that much time. Also, Justin doing the Charge Buster kill strat on a couple enemies in Doppler 1 and 2. You can release a charge shot when you're right below certain enemies and just kill them from below while you're wall kicking up the wall. The safer strat is to use Triad Thunder, but especially in Doppler 2, it causes a whole lot of lag at the beginning. Mosquitoes, stop. Oh, the dry
Mosquitoes
hunter.
is going in.
Mosquitoes is very oddly programmed. He has to be aligned absolutely perfectly with 0 before he can initiate the explosion sequence.
Yeah, every 4 frames, the random number generator determines which direction to send him in. Most of the time, he'll go towards 0, but he still needs to be in like a pixel-perfect position, which just results in that stupid wiggling around that he does before dying.
If you're unlucky, you can get like 5, 7, 8 seconds of it. Also,
or if you're Laseki, you can get none at all.
Please. Justin's elevator skip, looking good.
Nailed it.
We're just sitting here talking about mosquitoes, and Justin's leaving us behind.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here, let me do like the hard part of the stage.
Elevator skip is...
This boss looks huge, but he has a not so big hitbox, actually. Like,
yeah,
pretty much the lower half of him doesn't do anything to you.
Yeah, if you do... I think I do the strat that you made that like 5-second WebM video of a long time ago. And if you do that, you just jump like through his lower half and hit him with the top of the saber.
mDoys making his way to Mosquitoes. We'll see if he gets as much wiggling around as Justin got. Meanwhile, Justin's going into Saber Rush.
In any percent, you can pretty much do the refights in whatever order you want, except Hornet first, because he's right there when you come in the door.
Yeah.
Also, it looked like mDoys didn't get wiggled too much.
The only really noteworthy thing about the Saber Rush is on Seahorse and Crawfish, they have different quick kills than they had in the first fight. So you can make use of their buggy iframes to hit them with the saber and then just kill them immediately.
Yeah, because when you hit him with the saber, it stays in their hitbox, but their iframes are cancelled, so they just get hit twice. It's pretty much at the same time.
mDoys a nail on the elevator skip as well.
Yeah. The big choke points of Tiger and elevator skip, and neither of them were problematic in any way for either player. And there was the Seahorse quick kill from Justin. You lead off with ice, and you just cancel his iframes for long enough to instant shot him with the saber. Also, I don't think we mentioned this during the first tiger fight, but you only want to do lemons between attacks because if you do a green or full charge shot, he'll just like raise his claws and block whatever you were going to shoot him with.
Yeah, and the saber also counts as a charge shot, so he'll block that too.
Yeah. Also, something really, really annoying for 100%. Hyper C, both forms of the charge shot don't make him block, but the saber does.
Of course.
Yeah.
The one that you actually want to hit him with.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose on the catfish refight, it's important to not hit him with a lemon or a charge shot. Because then you risk putting him below 16, and then he'll do his desperation attack, where you can't hit him with the saber.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to do in a run. Oh, mDoys going for the back saber, but oh, did he just get well, he got, I think he got like the partial new we were talking about.
He was a little too high up, so I think he actually just got recoiled away from it. He still ended up taking like 3 hits for the price of 1.
Yeah, he just lost like half his HP in one go because of this game. Also, a little insider tip about getting drops in this game. On, I think, ceiling and ground enemies, if you hit them with ice, you will always get a small or big HP drop. And if you kill them, rather, with acid, you'll get a small or large ammo drop.
And if you're in dire need of health, that thing in the middle there that you can hit to get drops will give you a big ammo. Rest assured, you will not get health if you need it.
Sometimes you'll also get a small ammo. Or a 1-up.
Yeah.
Actually, can it give a 1-up if you don't hit it with the saber?
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it do that.
Uh-oh, mDoys.
Ooh, get him. Okay, good.
Alright, we're good.
Right before it was actually going to be a problem.
Yeah. Also, it's worth noting that the rules about killing things with ice and acid to get specific drops, those do not apply to the capsule. It will give you RNG drops no matter what you hit it with, unless you hit it with the saber, in which case you'll always get a 1-up. Justin's done with all the refights, so now we gotta go on to fight the definitely bad guy of the game, because, you know, Sigma's not the bad guy again, right?
Yeah. Those lasers are like the most annoying part of the game.
Yeah.
You seem to never be able to just dash smoothly through them. Well, especially the first one.
A full dash length is just barely shorter than the distance between the lasers. So it's really awkward. And Doppler is a bit of a strange boss because if you hit him during the downtime between attacks, he'll just raise a force field and like heal back all the HP you just did and then some. So you have to wait to do the first saber until he starts an attack. But then you can do the second one whenever, because it'll put him at 0 HP. And that's all you need to do to kill him.
It'll do the damage before he has a chance to heal, so he'll just be dead. You don't have to worry about it.
I'm disappointed that Justin didn't go for the swag back saber on Doppler. Oh, he went for saber gap jump though.
Yeah, okay. And he got it. All is forgiven. Oh, and he got a nice saber whiff.
X forgot to turn on his lightsaber.
Yeah, that can be another thing that is really annoying. That'll happen once in a while in the refights. If you... Oh, I guess we didn't mention at all that once the saber is actually gone, but X is still just holding out the hilt, you can weapon swap, and that will cancel the rest of the animation and let you move again freely. So that gets used a lot. But if you do that, the frame before hitting the ground, the next saber just doesn't come out. He just swings the hilt. It's really annoying.
You can also do certain things with saber canceling or getting hit during an air dash to confuse the game about jump physics. And sometimes next time you jump or try to use the saber, you'll just like go into the falling animation while you're still moving up. And it's really strange.
Yeah, Justin is making use of that heart that he got. Just took 2 hits on Kaiser, no problem.
Yeah, if you don't get any heart tanks, 2 bonks on Kaiser will kill you. But if you got a heart tank, then you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, pretty much everything in both of those fights will do 8 damage at minimum, except for the fireballs before they actually hit something. Ooh, mDoys.
Uh-oh.
Good thing he had enough health.
Yeah, for sure. Dying on Doppler is depressing, because you go back to the capsule, and then you have to sit through all the dialogue again. So Justin with 40-25, that's a pretty good time.
And I think he's died in the game somewhere. I don't know how many times he did.
mDoys died on Crawfish.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I think only one time. Okay, he wasn't in danger of game over.
Yeah.
If you are, that strat is extremely scary, because if you
game over.
Game over, you restart the refights.
Yeah, if you game over on refights, or if you game over on Doppler specifically at the end of refights, you just lose like 6 minutes. It's just a joke at that point.
Yeah, congrats to Justin. You managed to do the climb at the end without taking 2 damage.
Dying on lava climb. I know someone who did that recently, but let's not talk about that.
Oh yeah, and then 100% no less.
Yeah, I got crushed, man. Well, I'm blaming that on the golden armor being laggier for some reason. And then it dropped the jump input, and the shield came out, and my fate was sealed at that point, because the game just stops accepting your inputs because it's lagging so hard.
Yeah, this game is dumb.
mDoys is playing it really safe after missing a couple sabers, so he doesn't take damage, which is nice. So he should be able to beat Kaiser with no problem.
Yeah, if you...
Being able to take a hit is really good in this fight.
Yeah, going for damageless Kaiser is... You need to get lucky, and you need to play it well. At the same time, he doesn't have a heart tank, so... He has a little bit less wiggle... Oh, that's not good. Okay.
I think he can still be okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
Yeah, he played that really well. After the whole charge shot.
After things got
charge
weird.
shot. Yeah. So mDoys will get, I guess, a low 43.
So, Justin, do you know how your group is coming along? Like, what are the standings like so far?
I think this is our first match out of anybody, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, wow.
Alright.
I think our group got set back a little bit. I was at Buckeye Speed Bash, like, the first part of the tournament, so I really couldn't do any races.
Y'all are the party group of the tournament.
This beat my BSB run by, like, 4 seconds. And when I went out of my way to pick up a safety heart tank this time.
Yeah, you had to do the backup slope jump air dash to get up to the ledge.
Yeah, I dropped an input. I dropped an input there, I think.
Yeah, because it looked really weird. Because if you didn't know it was an input drop, it just looked like you were flailing around for a few seconds. But there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that was an input drop. I'm pretty sure. Because that's not what I wanted to do at first.
Yes, this game genuinely does drop inputs. Like, a lot of times in games, people complain about the game dropping inputs, but it kind of doesn't. It's just a mistake. This game genuinely does. You can even do things like have X stop walking, press and hold shoot, and he won't fire, but he'll start charging. Like, really awkward looking, but like you know that the input, like, something didn't get processed here.
The task strat, when you really need to charge without firing a lemon, just stop for 1 frame and hit shoot.
Yeah.
Yo, but that last part of the Sigma, like, get the gap jump, then right following that, get the invisible saber gap or saber jump. I was like, what?
I find that happens actually pretty often to me because, like, you get the saber gap and then you're already right about to land, and then you do the weapon cancel. So like it just kind of naturally happens pretty often.
It's really easy to see how you do it at the exact right time there because it just lines up perfectly.
Yeah. Shoutouts to low percent ledge jumps in Hornet.
Oh yeah, you nailed that.
Yeah, that was sick.
GG, Justin.
Thank you. GG.
Congrats on the race.
GG on the PB.
Thank you, and GG on the race to record on SRL.
We both got race PBs.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good job on the race, both of you.
We were laughing because both of you got 0 tiger charges and perfect first try elevator skip.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
I wasn't even
that
watching.
was insane. I was shaking at that point.
We both got the God Tiger. Holy crap.
Yeah, both got God Tiger. We hadn't mentioned how horrible Tiger was. So.
Dude, we're so
Shame
good.
on you.
We knew that he was going to cooperate, so we just didn't say anything.
Shame on you.
Also, it's hard to say that mDoys got the God Tiger because he got that crappy pattern where he just stands in the middle and keeps race splashing.
Oh,
yeah, I was about to die. I was one race splasher away from dying there.
All options
so
covered.
fun.
Yeah.
That's so dumb because when you shoot, you can't get out of the way. Like he's too close, and you're like dying to get out of there.
Yeah, there's this awkward thing where you can either just wall jump and air dash over him, or just take damage.
Or just take it. Yeah, just take it.
Go full YOLO and stand point blank so he shoots the race splasher past you.
Oh yeah, just abuse the hitbox. Just stand there.
I was only
and then
sad
he jumps to the wall.
I was sad that Catfish didn't quite comply. I thought he was.
Yeah, he thought about it, and then he was like, "Nah, I'll make him use drills
Not
instead."
this race.
Also, it was the first time I was going no hard, no sub thing ever.
I
didn't die more.
I did take a safety item because I wasn't too sure because my Sigma fights have been dumb as of late.
That's pretty ballsy though. Like in a race, that's the first time you decided to go full.
Yeah, I just felt like
no safety
for it. I had some safety backup for Sigma, so I could just go slower in there if something was to go wrong, which I had to do.
Which it did.
Yeah, and I still managed to save it, so I'm glad about that.
Yeah, not getting hit on the first form of Sigma was really nice, even though you had to play it a bit safe.
Yeah, and then I missed my charge shot on Kaiser Sigma where I released too soon, so I had to kind of go around myself in the mine.
Yeah, the same thing happened on the Doppler fight. Like that one you really do want to rush, but the Kaiser one, that one's a little wackier to miss.
Yeah, I wanted the Doppler quick kill, but I knew I had enough HP, because I thought I had, so...
You also weren't in danger of game overing, which is a good thing, because game overing on refights is pretty much the worst possible mistake, short of like crashing the game.
I died once, though, so I knew I had more life. Something was to turn back.
Yeah, dying on refights is the worst.
Sure is. I would not have attempted that quick kill if I wasn't my last life, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna go for the Doppler quick kill, but I got hit by too many lasers, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mess with this.
The dream of not getting any laser hallway.
Justin, I was saying I was disappointed in you when you didn't go for the Doppler quick kill, but then you immediately went for it and got saber jump. So I was like, well, I can't be disappointed in you anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna go for the Doppler quick kill, but like I said, those lasers. I thought I got through them. If I'd have gotten only hit once or maybe twice, I could have safely done it because I had the extra heart tank. And I was like, well, 14 damage. As long as I'm above that, I'm good. But nope.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get the swap over to Buster before hitting the door, so I had to do the buffered swap.
Oh yeah.
Which is no problem.
Every SNES X game, they gradually get more restrictive with when you're allowed to swap weapons.
Until X4, when they're just like, all right, whatever, you can even charge now.
Here, just like charge up, swap weapons, do whatever you want.
But yeah, I think for that reason of wanting to do the weapon swap. That's why I just use Ray Splasher instead at the top of that climb. Don't have to worry about the drill just hanging out for a really long time.
Alrighty.
Oh, go ahead, y'all.
No, I'm good.
I was just gonna say the buffer isn't exactly hard, but I can see why you wouldn't want to worry about it.
Yeah, it's just something that you have to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for me. I gotta jump out of here. I gotta commentate SMRPG for the Trogathon here in just about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, nice.
Yo, good
All
luck
right.
with that.
Who's playing in that?
Pidge01, and there's an incentive for the cool X%.
Oh, nice.
Yo.
That should be cool.
All right, thanks for the race, Justin.
No problem. Congrats on the race, PB.
Yeah,
Same
good
for
job.
you.
Good job on the race, guys. Congrats, Justin. Taking the lead in your group.
The hot 1-0.
Yeah.
Also, thanks for commentating, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
It was our pleasure.
That was on short notice too, because we didn't have anybody.
It's all good. Good job, y'all.
All right. See you later, guys.
See ya.
Adios.